Hello and welcome to National Focus for Friday, April 12, 2024. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, new Magistrate's Court to serve Grandbay and surrounding communities. A multi-purpose reception facility for Cana Heritage Park in Capuchin. And Cottage Constituency to have a modern health center. The details of the headline stories and more when we return.
Ride safe, wear a helmet, safer roads in the nature aisle. This message was brought to you by the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Welcome back. Construction work is ongoing on a new magistrate's court in Grandbay. The previous court was damaged by Tropical Storm Erica in 2015. The new Magistrates Court is being funded under the Citizenship by Investment program and is developed by Montreal Management Consultant Establishment MMCE.
We had actually said that we're going to ensure that a building would have been built specifically to house the Magistrate Court and to ensure that we provide an opportunity to ensure that the people of Grandbay and the surrounding areas can have a facility within close proximity. So the building upon completion is the expectation from what I've been informed and advised will be completed by July.
End of June.
Well, I would like to say the end of July. So when we're told June, July, I give it 1 more month. So let's say end of July.
Parliamentary representative for the Grandbay constituency, Honorable Dr. Vince Henderson, is happy to see construction on the Grandbay Magistrates Court, as it will not only serve the village of Grandbay, but all the surrounding communities.
So over a year ago, we were here on site discussing the actual designs and the things that we would like to see and how we can improve it and make it practical and workable. And I'm very happy today to see that construction has actually started in the construction of the Magistrates Court in Grandbay. It will not only serve the village of Grandbay, but the environs and of course, Grandbay being the center of the South, we definitely have a number of people who will benefit from the legal process, because it's not only because you're arrested that you may come here. There may be disputes from time to time that can be settled here at the Magistrates Court. So we're very happy to see that it is being constructed and to remove the pressure on people having to go to Roseau and of course reduce the pressure on the system in Roseau as well. So we're very happy to see that.
When completed, the new court will have 3 holding cells. Chief Magistrate Mrs. Caret George believes this will ease the burden of those responsible for prisoners.
I believe that it's good because in some sessions in the past or courts in the past, you would have one. Remember, you have male and female. Sometimes you have male and female inmates that you cannot keep together. So in those instances, we would have to put the males in the cell and leave the females outside, sitting on a chair, and that creates security risks. Sometimes you have somebody that's acting up. So I believe having the 3 cells is very welcomed. You can separate men, women, and probably those that are not behaving themselves, so to speak.
And we have the washroom for both.
Yes. And the thing is, because of our topography, sometimes we have arrests where people coming in on boats, back door, and so on, and you have large arrests. Sometimes you have 3, 4, 5, 6 people being arrested at one time. And I believe it's ideal to have them separated than to have everybody in one cell. It creates confusion a lot of times.
Mrs. Caret George is happy for the construction of the new court.
I am very happy that, very soon we will be able to be here and the Grandbay Magistrate's Court will have a place that it can call home, so we can actually, settle and function the way that we have to function. So I'm grateful to the government for the work that they're doing, and yes, it's a real joy.
Project manager at MMCE, Mr. Kalmurad, gave an overview of the new building.
It's about 2,000 square feet. It has been designed by MMC, taken into consideration all aspects of design and requirements as a magistrate court that requires both physical and electronical, let's say, security. The building has been designed and built as a reinforced concrete structure, and walls as well where necessary in terms of defendant, or if you want to call it inmate cells, etc. The design has incorporated both public and governmental or jurisdiction facility in addition to inmates. All the access control, both physical and electronical, has been encountered.
In just a few weeks' time, construction work on a new multi-purpose reception facility will be completed, enhancing the visitor experience at the scenic Cana Heritage Park in Capuchin in the Cottage Constituency. The modern facility will provide much-needed amenities for wedding planners. The $355,000 reception facility will feature a restaurant and restroom facilities.
Cana is known for hosting weddings, a lot of tours from tourists, and also educational tours from students as well, who visit periodically to learn more of the heritage and the history of Cana Heritage Park. In 2015, we did some rehabilitation works and restoration of the park with Dr. Dominica taking the lead on it. And you will see further down, we have an interpretation center, which basically displays the history of Cana Park.
The new facility is being added to the Heritage Park in response to demands of visitors and residents.
Because of the traffic we were experiencing at Cana and the demand for hosting events such as weddings, we really requested the construction of a reception center to include a restaurant and washroom facilities, which you're seeing right behind me. That project started in fiscal year 2019-2020, but along the way we had a few challenges and we came to a halt for over a year. So no works were being done for over a year period.
Work resumed last week to complete the project.
The different people, what we're doing, we're working on the windows, especially we're putting the latches and things for the windows, and having the guys and them taking care of the doors, trying to organize them, and the cupboards, the kitchen cupboards, we're trying to do some work on them too as well. And we have the plumbing sector, we're trying to organize the water part of it, to make sure that water comes inside the place, and current.
The structure is built to exude resiliency in light of the island's vulnerability to hurricanes.
The material we get, I guess that is the best gauge of material we need to do that kind of work, because you cannot really go and put any material here in case of the heavy wind and whatever, it's going to destroy it. So I feel that is the best kind of material we're using to do this kind of work.
The additional work is about $60,000, but the entire contract for the project is about $355,000 right before us. With this project, we'll add some new service and offerings to Cana, and we're hoping that it will assist us in attracting more tourists, and not just overseas tourists, but Dominicans as well can come to use the facility, which is being managed by the Capuchin Tourism Development Committee.
Julius John Baptist knows the history of Conor Heritage Park well and is pleased to see its progress and the addition of the restaurant and reception facility. She says it goes as far back as 1995 with the Northeast Tourism Environmental Committee.
The community of Capuchin, among all other communities in Dominica in the north, we selected Cana Heritage Park. Through Dr. Lennox Honeychurch, we forged a cooperation with VSO, they are voluntary overseas persons who are professionals in their capacity and they lend their services to the communities. So we put a development plan together. We have since had the interpretation center, and now we are focusing on a restaurant to facilitate when someone comes, you walk from the trail, you can get something to eat, or you order. That's where we're at. We had a little struggle, but I'm happy to say that it's on its way.
Mrs. Carbon agrees this new facility brings a lot of added value to the Conor Heritage Park experience.
Yes. Persons are being... You mean it's not there yet? I came from Scottsdale just to come, because there are persons who want to leave one point and come to another point, just to have a good time.
And now they know that there's a facility there that...
Yeah, that's what they are depending on, that when they come, they can just sit there, relax, eat, drink. That's it. Because, it's a way of supporting, because they know that the Capuchin Tourism Group is a voluntary group. And we will do whatever it takes to ensure that Conor Heritage Park is Conor Heritage Park.
The new restaurant and reception facility, which is 70% complete, is also expected to cater to guests at hotels in the north.
It's a win-win, and what we are seeing since we had the opening of Kempinski, which is now Intercontinental Hotel, the tourism committee have been getting a lot of requests from the hotel to have organized tours from their guests, and sometimes when they come, they would ask to have something to eat, and they'll have to return to Tukari or to be able to have that, so the request is there for that, and I think the committee is very excited that they can have that facility to offer that service. And Capuchin on its own is a very strong cultural community as well, so the product they offer is sort of unique, so they mix culture into everything they do. So the last wedding we had, there was a cultural wedding. People were dressed in madras and the national wear, which is very unique. So that's the kind of offerings that they offer. And of course, they like to express themselves to the unique cuisine that we have in Capuchin as well. So it's a plus for us. It will help create and generate more employment in the community. We'll have farmers in the community themselves be able to dispose of the commodities by selling directly to the restaurant as well. And of course, it adds to Dominica's tourism product by adding value to what already exists. So Ministry of Tourism can have additional stuff to market.
The parliamentary representative says there are costings already in place to enhance the safety and security of the area by reconstructing the stone wall along the cliff or on the property's edge. The access road to Conor Heritage Park will also receive attention to make it more motorable. Residents are being encouraged to see this investment as an opportunity to launch their own small businesses.
We're encouraging persons in Capuchin who have space and apartments and extra rooms to even market themselves as Airbnb as well, because somebody may want to overnight in Capuchin and spend a weekend with us here at Cana. So you could see the spill-offs, this one project can create, by creating other opportunities for persons right here.
The new facility will complement segment 13 of the Waitukubuli National Trail, which begins in Penville and culminates at Conor Heritage Park.
So after walking for 2.5 hours and you arrive here, that's a perfect rest stop. You can have something to eat, something to drink, and overnight if you wish, and continue segment 14, which starts right here and end up in Cabrits. So from one national park to the other, we create that kind of network and conference. So we're very happy for that. I want to thank the Ministry of Tourism for considering that to ensure that it's one of the priority projects that will complete before the next fiscal year. I've been at them and they responded, so I want to thank the Minister and the PS for really facilitating that.
The contractor has given reassurances that he will meet the deadline for completion of the project.
Yes, I will, definitely. I cannot let down my parrot. I'll try to push to try to finish up.
You are watching National Focus. More when we return.
I love the freedom when I'm out there. Simply put, the worries from shore, none of that out there. And it's my daily bread. I learned it from my dad. My dad is one of the senior guys here who catch the biggest fish around here. And he's top with the red snappers. It's a family thing. I'm the only one fishing right now in the family. Just keeping it going. I enjoy bringing them up, man. Sometimes we have a yellowfin tuna, 400 pounds. Man, let me tell you, that's just a joy out there. I enjoy going out there and just holding the big fish. I don't lift weights, I lift fish. The morning of my fishing trip, I would get up, make a little spice tea. Then I come down here. I have my GPS, which most fishermen are supposed to have that. Normally I prepare the day before, because whenever you go out there, you must have ice. Ice is a must for preservation of the fish. So I always make sure I have everything the day before. My fish represents me, and I bring good quality fish ashore simply because the restaurants themselves, they have to show a quality product. Tourism and agriculture go hand in hand. That's what I think. We're all connected. It's like a big machine, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it. My name is Brandon Carlisle, and tourism is my business.
Welcome back. Residents of Cottage Constituency will soon have access to a new modern health facility funded under the CBI program. The health center, located in Savant Pai and completed last year, was handed over to the Ministry of Health by the contractor in January.
It will benefit a lot of people from Cottage, from Capuchin, matter of fact, to Tatan. So it will serve people from both ends of the constituency. The operations in Clifton will not be terminated as we speak, but the services will reduce, obviously, and at least we may have a once a month visit from a doctor to see the aged population up there in Clifton. However, that will be the main facility serving from Capuchin to Clifton. In terms of when it will be fully operational, we're waiting on the Ministry of Health to advise on that. I was told that they are currently procuring the equipment to have it equipped, and then we'll be advised on the date as to when it will be open to serve the public. So in the meantime, persons from the constituency still attend the clinics at Clifton, and persons from Clifton from Cottage to Tatan attend clinics at Portsmouth.
The parliamentary representative says he's focused on all the critical sectors in his constituency.
It has extended to sports as well. Just 5 minutes away from us, where we are standing, we once had lighting on the basketball court, but that was damaged by Hurricane Maria. So from Maria to now, we had no lights. But recently, we were able to install lights on the basketball court for the young guys, very talented guys who play basketball here. We got support from the Office of Prime Minister as well, to about a tune of about $25,000 to install new lights on the court. So that too we were able to have done within a short space of time as well. The young guys in Sampa are very excited about it, and I passed there on Friday evening and I saw it in full use. I'm very happy to see them playing sports on the lights.
The constituency is making strides in football as well.
Although Savant Pai does not have a football field, most of the young guys are very talented in football because they grew up going the academy of Andy and Chris. That's the persons who normally train football, because Andy and Chris lived in Savant Pai, very talented. And they reached out to me saying that they want to form a football team. I say, sure, how can I assist? And we were able to work with them and actually got them into the DFA League for the first time this year. And they're very happy. So they form a club structure which is called Northside FC, and they would be able to participate in the All Nations League, which is ongoing currently. And hopefully in May, they will start the Divisions League in DFE. We got support from the Prime Minister in procuring the uniforms, and we also got support from the Chinese Embassy in assisting in buying boots, etc., and for Pinnacle Chambers, who assisted financially to ensure that the team is equipped to participate. So we've touched in every sector throughout, small as it is, throughout the constituency to create an impact.
He says the idea is to basically respond to the people's needs. Seamless farming is another emerging venture which holds a lot of promise for the constituency.
For the Division of Forestry, we're working with a group of young guys at Tukari Bay, where we are doing mariculture. They're actually farming seamers. We did an assessment with FAO that tests the water quality in Tukari and found it very conducive to grow seamers commercially. And we put some guys from a group together. They were trained over a period of time, and we have demo plots at Bay where they actually are now farming CMOS as a group. That model was tried out in Woodfordale, in Grandbay, and I can tell you from what we've seen at the Division of Forestry, a very lucrative investment. You know, and the guys are very happy for that, and we're looking forward to the expansion of that program, not just with Tukari, but Tata and Capuchin Bay in different hamlets in the constituency.
The Honorable Roye says at the heart of these initiatives is a passion to empower people. Farmers across the island continue to reap benefits of the Constituency Emergency Response Component Project. This project is a vital part of the larger Emergency Agricultural Livelihoods and Climate Resilience Project funded by the World Bank and has been instrumental in supporting farmers during times of crisis.
Farmers should remember that all the seedlings that were given to them, the planting materials, the equipment, the inputs, etc. So that was called the Contingency Emergency Response Component of the Mother Project, which was the Emergency Agricultural Livelihoods. And from that, we were going nicely once again. You know, farmers were back as usual. You had markets reopening, so hucksters, exporters, you had markets locally. So you'd have gone to the farmers market at Dexia in Roseau or Maho or Portsmouth, anywhere. And then here comes the crisis of the war in Ukraine. Obviously, farmers are in tune with everything, so you know that the prices of fertilizers, the prices of animal feed, the transportation of those, gas prices for the regular consumer, all these things impacted, of course, on farming, because farming and fishing, these are bona fide businesses. And so another circ had to be really pulled, called up, and therefore we have what we now term the second circ under the Emergency Agricultural Livelihoods Project.
Mrs. Grail Shillingford highlighted some of the components to be undertaken under the second circ project.
So one of them being irrigation. As you know, irrigation is a key to farming. You need water to ensure that you farm properly and commercially and get the harvest that you need. We also have the support to Dexia. So it was the procurement facility whereby Dexia got $5 million to really buy produce from farmers. So in a matter of 48 hours, a farmer would receive his check for any commodity that was viable that he brought to Dexia. So whether it was you planting yams, cucumbers, dashing, passion fruits, cocoa sticks, whatever that you had that Dexia normally purchases, that would be done. And it wasn't a matter of a lull. When would you get your money and a fight and a tussle with Dexia? So that was also under the circ.
The project has not only provided much needed assistance to farmers, but also demonstrated the country's commitment to ensuring the resilience and sustainability of its agricultural industry. By implementing innovative strategies and resources, government is actively working towards creating a more robust and climate-resilient farming community.
Under the circ also was the value addition in agriculture, which we will talk about. So it is agro-processing, changing of a commodity from one form to the other. So let's say you have cocoa and then you make cocoa sticks, you make cocoa powder, etc. You have other things like coconut, you do jelly nuts, you take the jelly nuts and you bottle coconut water, or you make coconut cream with the harder nuts. You have other people doing other confectionaries. You have fishers doing smoked meats, smoked chicken, smoked pork, smoked meats. All these things are adding value to what. So if you're boning your balao and you vacuum packing it, that is also adding value. So that person doesn't have to go now and scale it and clean it, etc. It's from the package to the pot.
Through the continued success of the Contingency Emergency Response Component Project, farmers in Dominica are better equipped to face the challenges posed by emergencies such as natural disasters and climate change. This unwavering support from government reinforces its dedication to promoting the welfare and prosperity of its agricultural workforce, ensuring a brighter and a more resilient future for all involved. Coming up next, the Creole News Highlights with Jenno Jacob.
Bienvenue à ce nouveau en créole, nom monsieur Jenno Jacob. Ministre Sécurité nationale fait un tour faciliter police station, fire station et puis caille Magistrate en Grandbay jeudi. par le rep Grandbay, honorable Vincent Anderson, et puis officier gouvernement et puis médias te assutoa. Gouvernement qui a bâti facilité neuf à Grandbay. Grandbay qui a développé ministre de la Sécurité nationale, honorable Rayburn Blackmore, parler et puis nous.
Le gouvernement a posé, nous avons mis un pile d'antérieur sur bagaille qu'on crée pour magistrat, et bagaille pour faire certain, nous n'avons plus fire officer qui a bâti différents Dominica en Grandbay. Grandbay c'est en place, pour le gouvernement qui a bâti un pile caille, neuf, plus passer 100 caille, le gouvernement qui a bâti en Grandbay. So, nous pouvons faire certain, nous avons assez de monde pour actuellement bâtir différents en Grandbay. So, ça nous avons faire, nous avons faire plus de monde qui travaille en défi. Par exemple, 20 personnes en Grandbay, nous faisons certain, tout le temps, nous avons 6 femmes qui travaillent en Grandbay. Puis nous parlons de situation où nous avons un département défi qui est norme seulement.
Honorable Blackmore dit, après Hurricane Maria, le gouvernement promet pour bâtir facilité neuf à Grandbay.
Après Hurricane Maria, passé, place là, nous avons servi pour le magistrat là, croisé. Nous promettons pour bâtir une place neuf, pour faire certaines, nous avons une belle place pour faire certains avocats même, et bien, les gens qui ont représenté, les gens qui tapent en désordre, nous avons une place qui est bonne. Et bien, nous avons fait certains, nous bâtir une place neuve pour les avocats en Grandbay. So, ce là qui est bien important aussi, nous avons pile fois, nous avons des local contractors qui ne taper toi. Comme ça va, building là pour place département d'IFEA, c'est mon hot Pichelin qui a bâti avec Grandbay. So ça même bien important.
Par le Constituency Grandbay, honorable Vincent Anderson, te assutoa aussi. Il parlait et puis nous.
Nous sommes contents pour ça qu'a fait Grandbay. Nous venons regarder le travail là. C'est bagaille ça là, c'est mot ça là, m'a dit en créole. Mais ces places là, c'est qu'on l'audience, c'est ça qui est en créole. Là, mon cas, les affaires, l'affaire magistrat, l'affaire loi. Et bien, nous avons construit ça. Actuellement, nous avons construit en place neuf pour ces, comment on dit en anglais, fire station, pour ces gens-là qui ont des défis, avec ces gens-là qui ont conduit l'ambulance. Nous avons fait place neuf. Actuellement, nous avons loué une place privée. Nous avons construit une place pour météo. Tout ça nous avons fait en Grandbay. Nous avons construit en place neuf pour ces gens d'Ubique là, et aussi pour les gens Grandbay, Center. Ça a allé bien.
Le gouvernement a commencé à bâtir facilité réception en Conor Heritage Park à Capuchin. Le projet a commencé en yon de semaines. Facilité à une réception pour les gens qui ont visité. Il y a des restaurants privés et puis place pour les gens relaxer. Les gens qui veulent marier, qui s'est servi, faciliter ça là est fini. Et qui coûte au gouvernement $355 000 pour bâtir. Par le rep Constituency Cottage, honorable Roland Royer, tenu un tour en Constituency. Il montre aux médias différents projets qui sont en place et puis qui sont en place en Constituency. Autant de monde en Constituency Cottage plaisir contre le projet Salah. Conor Heritage Park qui développe le tourisme en Constituency Cottage. Planter un Dominica bénéfice, ou qui bénéficie de Contingency Emergency Response Component Project SEC. C'est un projet ministre agriculture qui a wendé planter en temps désastre. Il a aussi préparé planter avant désastre. Projet a wendé autant planter. Projet a montré commitment gouvernement en résilience en affaires agriculture. Le gouvernement qui travaille pour une communauté plantaire qui est résiliente, qui s'adoube après désastre, avant désastre et pendant désastre. Peut-être Dominique ni meilleurs outils pour gommer et puis challenge désastre en temps cyclone. Ça c'est tout à ce nouvel en créole. Non, monsieur Geno Jacob, ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Julian Morris. Thanks for watching.